Yeah. Yum. Hey everybody, Crystal Bodger here with Crystal's Clean Kitchen, where we help make clean eating a lifestyle. So we have a brand new series lined up for you. It's all about Girl Scout cookies. So in today's episode, we are going to be making some Thin Mint cookies. They are keto approved. They taste amazing. Seriously, my kids wanted to eat all of them. I was like, you guys, save some. So you guys, you and your kids are going to love it, so stay tuned. So here's all the ingredients that we're going to need. We're gonna start with some almond flour. I get mine from Costco. We're using 1 1/3 cups of almond flour. Then we're going to some unsweetened cocoa powder. Now you want 100% cocoa powder, absolutely no sugar in it at all. And 2/3 of a cup of that. We're gonna do an egg. Now I use a mixture of monk fruit and erythritol. I got this brand from Costco, but you can get other brands from like Whole Foods or online. And so then I'm doing 8 teaspoons of monk fruit. We're doing some grass-fed butter, so 5.5 tablespoons of that. Oh, did I say teaspoons for this? I meant tablespoons. Some xanthan gum, and we are doing just a little bit of that, so like 1/2 teaspoon, and then 1/2 teaspoon of salt. In the cookies, we're gonna just put a little dash, so maybe just 1/4 of a teaspoon of some peppermint extract. And then some baking soda. I always get confused with baking soda and baking powder. No, you want baking soda and just 1/2 teaspoon of that. Okay, we're gonna mix our dry ingredients together first, and then we will move on to whipping our butter and sugar and egg. You wanna make sure that you have your butter is room temperature, and then we are going to beat this a long time. So probably like 5 to 8 minutes. You want it super fluffy, and then we'll be adding the egg after that. Now, of course, you want to scrape the sides down every so often to make sure that everything is mixing nicely. And while this is whipping up, we are going to start mixing together our dry ingredients. So we're doing 1 1/3 cup of almond flour. Oh, a little bit left in there. Then we're doing 2/3 of a cup of some cocoa powder. We're doing 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of xanthan gum. There we go. Stir this all together, and then once our wet mixture is ready, we're gonna add this slowly to it. Here's how you want the mixture to look. It's really light and fluffy, and it's totally combined. And then we will add the egg. All right, you're just gonna mix this a little bit into it. Sides. Make sure it's all totally combined. All right, that looks great. Now I'm going to be adding the peppermint extract. Now I tend to not really measure with the measuring things anymore. But about 1/4, maybe even 1/2, whatever you prefer, if you like it more pepperminty. All right, I'm just gonna mix that up, make sure everything's good, and then I'm adding 1/2 of the mixture of the dry mixture. I don't want it to like poof up everywhere, so I'm just gonna add it slowly, start it out slowly. Give it a stir and add some more. So I had to stir it a few times, and just to make sure that all the stuff on the bottom got mixed in. It's gonna form into a nice ball. You know, sometimes it can be a little crumbly, and if it's too crumbly, that means that you didn't add enough oil. So what I would do to fix that is just to add a little bit more oil. Now I'm going to put this on some saran wrap, and I'm gonna flatten it out so that it's not so hard to roll out when I'm done. And then I'm gonna put it in the fridge for about an hour, and then we'll put it into our cookie form. Okay, so I actually just pulled this out of the fridge. I had to let it warm up a little bit just because it was hard from being in the fridge. And now I am ready to work with it. I'm going to put some parchment paper under it and over it. And then what I like to do is put it on the edge, and then I can keep the paper from sliding a little bit. And then I'm going to be rolling this out to about 1/4 of an inch thick before I cut it. So the thing about this dough is we are going to be reshaping it, re-rolling it to make sure that we're getting all of the dough used. But I'm just using this cookie cutter. I just had to ask one of my neighbors for something that was this small because I didn't have any cookie cutters that were this shape. So we have a couple of them here. We're gonna put them on parchment paper and finish the rest of these. So I just re-rolled this, and now we're going to cut some more. Go for it, Hannah. Okay, we're gonna go on this side. Good job. Whoa, good job. All right, go put that on the paper. Okay, next one, girl. Careful. Good job. Caden, would you like to cut one?
Yeah.
Okay, here. No, over here. Good.
I just wanted to use as much as I could.
Okay, go put those both on the pan.
Oh,
No, that's okay. We can just redo it. So here they all are lined up. As you can see, they turned out great. Now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna first put them in the freezer for 15 minutes, and then I'm going to bake them for 8 to 10 minutes at 350 degrees. So we are going to be making our chocolate sauce to put over our cookies. So I have a cup of the Lily's chocolate chips, and then I'm going to take some coconut oil. Now, I don't normally measure out my coconut oil, but I guess that's about 1 to 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. Now, the reason why we put coconut oil in it is it helps it, when it is melting, to be a little thinner. So it's not incredibly so thick. And then I'm gonna heat it up in the microwave for 30 seconds at a time, and then I'm gonna stir it until it's completely smooth. All right, so my chocolate sauce just came out of the microwave. It took 2 times of 30 seconds each. And then there was some chunks still left in it, but instead of doing it again, I just decided to stir it, and then that last little bit melted. Okay, so we have our chocolate sauce. Now our Thin Mint cookies have completely cooled down. So we are going to, what I like to do is I like to grab 2 forks and then just dump it in, take my forks. Now the reason why I do forks is because it can get the excess chocolate off a little bit better, and then you don't waste so much chocolate as you're doing it. Ooh, careful. Oh, don't these look beautiful? Okay, so after I'm done dunking all of these, I'm gonna put it back in the freezer for about, well, it doesn't matter how long, until the chocolate is completely set. Then you pull them out and you can put them in an airtight container or a bag, airtight bag, for a few months. They are good for. And oh, you guys, these are going to be so delicious. Now, another thing that you can do too in your chocolate is you can put some more peppermint in it. I normally do that. It just makes it taste a little bit more authentic, like a Thin Mint. So I would say put in another maybe 1/4 of a teaspoon of peppermint. I didn't do it with this one because I'm making multiple batches of cookies and using the same chocolate. So I didn't put the peppermint in this time. But if you are just making Thin Mints, do it, put extra peppermint in there. All right, you guys, well, these just came out of the freezer. They look amazing. They set beautifully. You guys, let me know in the comment what your favorite Girl Scout cookie is, and hopefully we will do one of them in our series. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and comment what your favorite cookie is. We'll see you next time. Bye. Yum.